What's going on, Scorpio? How are you doing? Let's get right into your collective reading. God has blessed it. Thank you, Heavenly Father. I'm using my Moonology Oracle deck for your reading, past, present, and possible future. So, my little Scorpions, y'all situated to how it's situated for your situation. Okay. Yeah, and we will just get right into this, baby. Yes, we will, baby. All right. Recent past. Emotions are running high. Supermoon. Aw, damn. All right. Well, things was just emotional. And I was just thinking about this the other day, is that, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, fish, all in the water. Cancer, crab, 50% water, 50% land. Scorpio, scorpion, 100% land. And so for you to be in your emotions this way, it was probably feeling not normal for you. You have worked through your fears. Hey, new moon in you. So it's something that probably had you feeling very scared about. Not fearful in the sense of, oh my gosh, something's going to happen to me. No, because you guys are Scorpions. You carry that tool with you at all times that can end somebody. So it's not that kind of fear. More so the fear of maybe it's just that it's new. And so how do I handle this? How do I maneuver? What to expect here, because it is new, so you don't have any history, like that kind of fear. Not I'm scared of what will it be. No, hell no. But just that, this is new for me. So I don't really know where to pull from because this is new. So emotions, kind of reaching you a little bit stronger in your recent past than they normally would. But I think it's just because, right, something was new for you and it's, you don't really know, you haven't figured it out yet. So it's kind of that, what do I do here? Currently, you have adjustments are required, and that's the third quarter moon. So you're approaching that full phase. You're approaching the phase of, okay, everything's come to its full cycle. And so when the full moon happens, it's time for releases. You've gathered everything. You know what you need to know. You have all that you need. And so, okay, we're full. We can't take any more. The next step is something new. You know what I mean? It's like if the steps are 1 through 30, you're at your 30th step. And so it's like, this is it. We're going to begin a new phase. And so, right now it's just that you're getting close to the full phase. So you got to make some kind of adjustments here, Scorpio. And this could be for your personal, your romantic, your business, your health, your spiritual, your mental, family relationships, whatever it is, legal situations. You apply it how you can, but you got to make some tweaks. You got to make some adjustments right now. And I feel like you're realizing what those are, because your emotions have kind of led you to probably an uncomfortable place. And it's like, no, this ain't me. This ain't Scorpio. This is not where I'm normally operating from. So what do I need to do to get to me? Like to get back to me 100%, to make sure that I'm feeling comfortable, and even though this is new, feeling like you got a handle on it, like you're in control of at least the part that you can be in control of. So you got to make some tweaks. You got to make some, adjustments that will benefit for you. So in the upcoming, your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. You could be dealing with the Taurus. You might have Taurus in your chart, but I feel like this is really all about you, Scorpio. You just got to get more practical about it, honey. You know what I mean? You can't be whimsical. You can't be thinking, all in terms of you, because I feel like this is something that involves other people, other circumstances. So yes, you look out for you and what makes sense for you, but you have to also keep in mind it's not just your story. You're dealing with somebody, you're dealing with something. So that other part has a say. So you have to keep that in mind. Otherwise, what you're thinking and what you're planning just for you won't make it to fruition. because it's just about you. You're not considering anybody else or anything else. So you got to get more practical about your approach, about your expectations. And when I say practical, I mean that you're thinking, okay, this is what I want for me, but in reality, what could happen? If you think about it from a real logical, practical, 1 + 1 = 2 type situation, not so much what you're hoping for, what you're favoring for, what you're praying for, but the other side of that. If you don't get what you're praying for, if you don't get what you're hoping for, what does that look like? So trying to find that information and making those adjustments, because you're going to have to, because the thing is, as much as, you might want it to be, this isn't all about you. So you have surrender to God. That's what I'm going to say. It says surrender to the divine, but surrender to God. Let go, let God. He knows what he's doing. He's got you right where he needs you to be. And, this whole circumstance, situation, person, place, whatever it is, it's teaching you something. And, some of it, for some of you, it could be teaching you that life doesn't evolve around you. This world is full of billions and billions of people. And you have to be willing to, adjust. You got to sometimes be willing to compromise and willing to accommodate, because it really does work out for you if you're being flexible. But if you're just too rigid and too stubborn, like, nope, this is me, this is what I want, you might get just that, and it will be very little. But if you're willing to adjust, you'll get way more than that little speck that you're trying to hold on so much to. So let God guide you. Prosperity lies ahead. And that's why emotions are running high. Money could be involved. You know what I mean? This could be job. This could obviously be financial. It could be, so many things, but it's something that I feel like it's, tugging at your heart and your spirit and your emotions, because it's very valuable. And it is something that it could be some kind of inheritance that you're splitting with somebody. For some of you, it could be like divorce and you want to split the assets, but you want like 99% and you want to give your spouse some 1%. It's like, come on now. No, that ain't gonna be what it is. But either way, I feel like the emotions were so deep into it because there's a lot of value here. Financial, material wise, it's a lot here. And so it's like, maybe you did, earn most of it, but especially if it's some kind of relationship, you agreed that it would be 50-50. You can't renege on that now. It is what it is. You said yes then, and you want to change it now. That's not going to hold up in court, because you already, signed the agreement. You said it would be 50-50. Adjustments are required. Be bold and make the first move. And that could be, Scorpio, you just saying, all right. I know I asked for 99 and you get 1%. Well, I'm willing to say I get 85%, you can have 15 or whatever those figures are to you. But I feel like the adjustments should be initiated on your behalf. You saying, all right, I looked at it, this is what it is, and this is what I'm willing to do. Making that first move. Because also, too, I feel like if you let them, the other side, make the first move, you're not going to like it. So you just step out there and say what it is. Nothing is yet set in stone. Excuse me. So your dreams need a practical plan. But nothing's set in stone yet. You still got time to make these adjustments that are required. Not suggested, but required. Like, you need to change. And so, yeah, things are still being negotiated. Things are still being worked out. So time is on your side. But don't let that, fill your head. You still got some things that you need to make happen. These adjustments, don't sleep on them. Try to make them happen sooner rather than later, because I feel like the later you take, the less favorable it will be for you. So make these adjustments, make the first move, tell them you know what you want, you've met different terms, and see how it goes. Okay, but just try to be practical about it, because people are still open and listening to what you want, and they're willing to negotiate. All right, so I hope that blesses you, Scorpio. Like, subscribe, share, and I will be talking to you soon.